Hello, my name is Colin Murphy, and this is Great Unanswered Questions, the show that tries to solve some of life's greater mysteries, such as, if you run on a plane during the flight, are you the fastest person alive? How fat do you have to be to become a landmark? And if the Statue of Liberty was a gift from the French, why doesn't it have a hairy armpit? Joining me to get some answers is interweb whiz-kid Matthew Collins and evolutionary geneticist and all-round brain box, Dr. David Booth. My special guest tonight is one of the finest comedians in the international circuit. Would you please welcome from Australia, Mr. Adam Hills.
Hello.
Yes. You're very welcome. This is Great Unanswered Questions. You're obviously a very creative man. I've known you for a long time. You're a very inventive man. Do you have a scientific mind, though? Do you have a mind that lends itself to that kind of thinking?
Do you know what? I like science and I like maths and all that kind of stuff, but I don't remember any of it. Like, I have about 3 facts that stick in my head from my entire life that I can bring out at parties. Do you know what I mean? Like, my brain is like, if you drained a river after a flood, my brain are the random bits that you just find left. There's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a trolley and a boot and a traffic cone. That's pretty much... I have 3 facts that I trot out at parties, and they're the only thing.
Which are? What are your 3 facts?
OK. Fact number one...
Hold on. Before you come out with these facts.
Yeah.
In what circumstance do you use these facts? Are these to impress people or impress women, show off? What are the circumstances?
I think to try to impress people is very important to say.
OK.
Because they rarely work. Fact number 1 is I can do a little bit of sign language.
OK.
And only for different countries. That's all I know is the sign for different countries.
Oh, right.
So I'll show you. OK, here's the first thing I know. The sign for Scotland, British Sign Language sign for Scotland, is this.
Is it?
Yes, that's exactly the sign for Scotland. A bagpipes, I'm assuming.
Or somebody eating an ice cream. Oh, this is lovely. Or trying to open a Buckfast bottle. The other thing?
So because of that, I also know a few other countries. England is this.
Right.
Because that's the letter E. But outside of England, you can use that. Because it's the strap on a Bobby's helmet. But, and this is dead set true, this is what I love, this is England, that is lesbian.
It's a very fine line.
Yeah, you don't want to get them confused. You don't want to go out to a nightclub, pick up 2 girls, take them home, find out they're both English. And then it actually kind of gets offensive, because Ireland, the British Sign Language sign for Ireland is this. Yeah, and now English people will say it's a shamrock. I have a shamrock in my lapel and that's sticking. But it's not. It's actually English people going, oh. Unless the Irish are the only ones offended, the British Sign Language sign for Australia, which is also the sign we use in Australia, is this. It's actually English people. We've picked the dirty scum up and we've put them over there.
Do you need to use the face when you do that?
Oh, you have to do... Oh, my God. It's awful.
And is that used in Australia?
Yeah, if you're talking to an Australian, they go, that's the sign for Australia.
That?
I know. Surely it should be something like, you know...
OK, why don't we hear some of the questions that are perplexing the people on the street?
Why is an orange called an orange and an apple not called a green or a red?
Right, OK, I bought a star off the internet and I'm not sure who I bought it from, so who owns the stars? Is it like a huge scam or what's going on?
My question is, it always intrigued me, why nothing rhymes with purple?
Well, I've heard of a parrot taking antidepressants, so does that mean animals suffer depression like humans?
Well, in Belgium they say for every grey hair you pull out, several others grow. Is this true?
The long winter nights in Belgium must fly by. Whoever said the Belgians were dull? I said, yes, you can pull out a hair and then several will grow back. I don't know why I'm Dutch, but yes.
I like the fact that it's several, it's nothing specific.
Yeah, it is. You would think the Belgians would be very specific about it.
Yeah, there will be 3.
Yeah.
There will be only 3 for every... I'm kind of going a bit German. The Germans would be, yeah, for every hair that is pulled out that is grey, 3 will return. No more than 3.
Efficiently and quickly, and at the same time. All of the same length and thickness.
And I don't mean to be stereotypical, but if you were to tell me that there was one person in there that was an American, and there was one person in there that had bought a star, I would have connected those two.
No one in Belfast has bought a star. They've bought this star. Shane here, she's reading it now. And, yeah, no, that is a hooky thing, isn't it? Have you ever bought a star? It's supposed to be a very romantic gesture to buy a star for someone. Hi, I bought you a star. That's amazing. I've called it after you, Eugene.
Yeah, and then if the relationship goes bad, yeah, it's now a black hole.
It's a collapsing star.
It's sucking the life out of everything near it. Does that sound familiar?
The antidepressants, I like the way she just said that in a blasé way. Like, I've heard of parrots taking antidepressants. Yeah, we've all heard of parrots taking antidepressants. They're well known for their antidepressants, for their depressive nature. Parrots on parrots' shoulders going, I couldn't be bothered. Just pieces of, what's the point? Pieces of shit. That's what it is. Falling apart.
I do like the fact that it was the parrot wasn't given antidepressants. The parrot took antidepressants.
Yeah. Like, how did it get the bottle open for a start? Do you know what I mean? Was it at the doctor? Was it at the chemist? In a queue? Sitting at the, you know, those wee chairs they put down for the pensioners. You walk in, there's a parrot sitting there, right? Prozac, that's me. It is, and some condoms. Parrots they get lonely though, that's the thing. I knew someone who had a parrot and they had to leave the radio on. Whenever they leave the house, they have to leave the radio.
Oh, wow, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it has to think there's company, it has to think there are people around.
Yeah.
So they used to leave the radio on. They would listen to Radio 4. That's what they listened to the whole day. They'd sit there listening, just listen to the Archers and repeating things as well. Oh, there was a woman in Scotland recently. Her neighbours complained about her parrot because it was shouting sectarian abuse. It was, and her neighbours rang, and the cops came around and were going to serve an ASBO or something on it because it was...
Singing Ranger songs.
That's it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She taught it the songs.
I've got a clip of some sort.
Oh, well, let's have a look.
Don't know what it's like, but we'll give it a go. I can't.
She says he just picked it up.
Do you know when we were kids we had a dog and it was a part poodle, part Labrador, but not a Labradoodle. It was a, I don't know.
Excuse me? What's a Labradoodle?
A Labradoodle. Have you not heard of a Labradoodle?
No.
Yeah, they breed because there are blind people who can't use Labradors because Labradors they molt. Their fur falls off.
Yeah.
And they cause hay fever.
Oh, right.
But poodles don't do that. So if you breed a Labrador with a poodle, you get a blind dog that doesn't molt, and they call it a Labradoodle.
Well, no, you get a seeing eye dog for the blind.
Sorry, not a blind dog. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Because a blind dog would be a bit useless for someone that needed a seeing eye dog.
yeah, you make
Because
an
that would have to go
excellent
the other way around. You would have to see for the dog. And I don't think there's a charity for that. But you're absolutely right. Labradoodles have been bred for that. Yeah.
Thank you for picking up on part of what I said. I love the way you said that. It was almost like, you know, treating a special child to a medal. You know what I mean? You would go, yeah, well done. You had a little bit of that was right.
He knows too much, that's why. This is the problem.
There is a gulf opening up between us. I can already...
Sorry. No, in a kind of Rain Man, Tom Cruise kind of way.
I like the way you did that. Rain Man,
Yeah,
Tom Cruise.
definitely. You're Tom Cruise. I'm just
Trying
sitting
to
here
pick
going,
me up.
yeah, definitely blind dog. Yeah. Yeah, definitely blind dog. Definitely Labradoodle. Yeah. Uh-oh, fart.
Qantas never crashed,
Qantas never crashed.
except a couple of years ago. And then they did crash.
Did they crash? No, they didn't
What crash? What are you talking about?
Qantas never crash. No, Qantas never crash. Qantas never crash.
It's a bit of a Rain Man.
It's a Rain Man.
It's a bit of a Rain Man.
Really?
A Rain Man nerd quote.
Okay.
There's a scene in Rain Man where he won't get on a plane because he said, no, they had crash. 1978 in Denver, they had a crash. And Tom Cruise at the end of his wits going, every airline has had a crash. Qantas never crash. And it's true, Qantas had, until that point, had never had a crash.
But they did have one a couple of years ago.
Did they?
Oh, yeah.
No, they didn't.
I hope.
I'll have a look.
Actually, I don't hope that they have. That's the exact opposite. That's really arrogant. You know, just to confirm the fact
Yeah,
in my
just
head.
to be right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want 100 people dead at least, just to be right.